the stadiums are packing in. We're waiting for a few more players to arrive. Their limos should be pulling up soon. Come on in, grab a seat. Please be orderly. Don't rush. Don't rush. Looking at a beautiful night tonight. The weather is sweet. Looks like the teachers are out there getting ready, showing off those guns. Look at that. Those are some big muscles out there. Bigger than Peyton Manning's forehead, I'll tell you. Right there.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
All right. Okay, Bulldogs, welcome to the 6th annual Bulldog Bowl. Thanks to Mr. Zara and the teachers and Miss Vieira, of course, for putting everything together. Round of applause for Mr. Zara. Just a couple announcements before we get started. To the kids, you're here to see the game and play in the game. So we're going to stay over in the stands in this area by the concession stand. We are not going to be hanging out over at the baseball field or the dugouts. And that is not a negotiable. So keep that in mind throughout the game. And you guys can remind them of that.
We'd be happy to.
Thank you. So parents are here, so let's treat each other with respect like we always do. Represent Lawrence School appropriately. Have a good game tonight. And I would like to introduce Miss Cahill's chorus group from the Lawrence School to sing the national anthem. So if everyone can please stand and remove your caps for the national anthem.
One, two.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Play ball!
Give it up for the Lawrence School Chorus. Nice job. Well done.
What's the dog's name?
Juno.
Like the movie?
And welcoming everybody in tonight. Yes, it's guaranteed to be a pressure cooker out there. They've been talking smack all week. The crowds are coming in. The stands are packing.
The teachers don't have a chance. Remember that.
Well, it's been said that, you got young youth and agility, but the teachers have something that the students don't have.
And what, pray tell, is that?
The ability to grade them. So, we're after the guy. We're really gonna see something happening out here.
We've got a great group of kids tonight.
Absolutely.
Strong, athletic. They know their moves.
Why don't you run down the players out there? I think Mr. Zara is letting us know. He's counting up the players. Well, it looks like he's counting up the people that are out on the field. I'm not too sure if you could call them players right
Are we
yet.
doing girls or boys first? Who's or seventh or eighth? Girls first, right?
Girls first.
And boy, do we have a wonderful group of girls. 7th grade, Emma Silver. Natalie Bosselman. Hey, is that fair?
I don't
A
know.
Bosselman playing against a Bosselman? Just checking.
No, that's all right. She's been running away from her mother for quite some time now, and she's ready.
Stretch those legs, baby.
You got that right.
Julia Roman,
Who's that? Belle Rowell.
Megan Azzato,
Cassie Jablecki.
Shannon Keating,
Katie Shanahan.
Eliza Roman,
Anna Vessling.
Lexi Martin,
Kira Cole.
Greta Oberacher,
Carolyn Moskal.
Elizabeth Kelly,
Taylor Zelinsky.
Hadley Smith. There's another conflict.
Uh-oh. Is that the Hadley?
She's going to be running like the wind.
Well, she better
chased
drop
by
her
Karen
violin.
Smith.
She better drop her violin. Elizabeth Janes.
Caroline Sullivan. Eighth grade.
Those are the
girls.
7th grade lineup. What a team. Give a grr. Let's see a wave. That's what I'm talking about.
I saw one hand.
Who's the 8th grade? Alpha?
Let's take a look at the 8th grade. Sam McKenzie.
What is that?
Right
Kaylee
here.
Shea? I gotta take
Colleen
off my glasses
Caswell.
to see. Grace Hostetter.
Hope Oliveira.
Wait a minute. And Oliveras have been out on this field quite often.
A long
A
time.
long time.
Oh, wait a minute.
A real long
Todd.
time. Oh? No?
Lauren Davies.
Lauren Davies. Patricia Johnson.
Kate Charette.
Mia Cavosa. Cara Guidi.
Charlotte Davis.
Nevaeh Melton.
Deirdre DiNicola.
Dee Dee. She's on our team. Who's Rochelle Andrade?
Haley Sylvia.
Allison Ladd.
Megan Robbins.
Ella Seiger.
Bianca Lawrenson.
Taylon Freeman. And Sydney Savigny. We've got a rockin' lineup. And the teachers, well, the teachers are out there.
Who are they anyway?
And they are setting up. And if my eyes don't deceive me, I think I see the Shermanator. I don't know why he's on the sidelines. He's just getting ready to play with the 8th grade boys. All right, it looks like we're ready to start the game. Are you ready to start the clock there, Alpha?
Go, start the clock.
We're waiting for the whistle. Oh, don't start anything yet. We've got 5 minutes. Start the clock. And the clock is started. And it's handed off to Nina.
Who is
Miss
that? Is that Miss
She's
Cassavant?
passing, right? Oh, almost incomplete.
What was that?
That was a beautiful pass, but it was knocked down by one of the 8th graders.
Better watch that quarterback's arm.
They are so fast. Yeah, they did send Miss Cassavant out to Alaska this summer, where she...
Who did she train with?
Well, she didn't train with anybody. She was sent out there for 4 weeks. She was given a compass and a pocket knife, and she was instructed to hunt and kill her own grizzly bear.
Is that why she didn't get back to work on time?
Well, yeah, she had to take care of the pelt.
Here she
But
goes,
she's
here
out
she
there.
goes. She's in
ready
the
for a
pocket.
pass,
Let's
and
go,
she's gonna
let's
take
go.
off. She's gonna run.
Quarterback
she's
sneak.
running around.
Quarterback sneak.
No,
Oh,
it's-
come
oh, she's tackled
on.
down right around
What
the
was that,
34-yard
number
line.
10? What was that?
Holy cow. She's not happy with that one. Matter of fact, she takes a swipe at one of the 8th graders.
You got to protect your quarterback. Although, it would be hard to catch her
It
and
is.
hold on to her.
That's right. That's
She'll
why she's
slip right
running
through your
around.
hands.
Here she comes. All right, we got
Gets
another-
fired up. And there's Mrs. Solich. I can see her.
We've got a shotgun position with a slant right. It's a bomb. It's right after
It
the
is a
solid.
beautiful
And it's grabbed
thing.
and she's gone. And
Nice
she's taken
work.
down right around there. Nice. It looks like it's going to be a first down.
That was a razor bullet by Miss Cassavant.
And speaking of first downs, this first portion of our show, the first half hour, is brought to you by ketchup. If you use enough of it, everything will taste like ketchup. And remember, it is recognized as a nutritious vegetable.
It is a tomato.
And you can put a little in hot water and make a tomato soup in a pinch. All right, here we are with the snap.
Let's see that.
There's the snap. Cassavant going with a wide receiver, and
Oh, it was
incomplete.
short.
Shot
Incomplete.
down by one of the 8th graders. Man, they are quick. They're jumping out there all over the place.
Miss Cassavant looks like she was holding that forearm, Hell Dog. What do you think?
Well, you know, it was said that it was ripped off by the bear, but she put it back on, sewed it on with a piece of bone and some sinew, and came back to us. She's doing fine. I'd like to say thank you to FCTV for coming on and filming tonight. FCTV, bringing you everything that Falmouth has to offer and more.
And there is the mascot, the Bulldog. I see him running around. Give us a little dance there, mascot.
Wait a minute. Here's a shotgun position. Pitch out. Oh, there it is. She's running around. Yes. Seems like she's running around and doesn't get it. And it looks like it's going all the way. She's going
And
all
she
the way.
is going.
Holy cow. Goal! Goal! All right. Add it on there. Put time. Stop.
Stop.
Yeah. Now add 6.
Mr. Hell, you've got to pay attention to the time. It's of the essence in this game.
All right, add 6. Here we are. Like I said, this is a pressure cooker. Seems like the coach is out there barking commands. Oh. Seems the player didn't get the command and was popped on the top of the head. The pitch out. Oh, she's under trouble. She's running around. She's going to take it. And into there. Is that a goal?
What's the call on that?
Down. Looks like it's 1st and goal.
What an exciting game here at the Meadowlands.
Yes, we have a crowded stadium. 27,432.
It's a big night for Bulldog fans.
Just want to remind everybody that on this date in 1781, Cornwallis surrendered in Yorktown, Virginia. Take that, you Brits. And speaking of battles, we've got one raging here. They're attempting to go over. Looks like it's a pistol formation. Oh, and it's a quarterback sneak. She runs over and, ooh, it looks like it's going to be second down.
Second down. Second down and goal.
2nd and goal. Oh, there seems to be a scuffle out on the field. There's a bit of blood. Oh, nope, they're off. They're back. They tore them apart. Everything's looking good.
Let's hope the refs are going to keep this game clean. I see it derailing already. And what's up with the orange headdress out there? Who is that?
Listen. Oh, did she catch it? There's a replay. Doesn't look like she caught it.
Mrs. Solich is a scrapper, isn't she?
Yes. You know, as a math teacher, she doubles as a UFC fighter.
Uh-oh. Is that Mrs. Bosselman coming off
Wait
the
a
field?
minute. There it is.
Has
It's
she
up
been
there. It's
removed?
intercepted. It's intercepted.
By the girls! Woohoo! What is Mr. Busher doing out on the field?
He's coaching from.
I think he needs to remain on the sidelines, wouldn't you? This isn't the math class.
That's all right. He's a math teacher. He's always in the thrill of things.
Why are you putting the clock back on?
Just because we're gonna be here till May. Listen. I'm only telling you the voices that come from above. I can't tell you anything else that's happening, Alpha. I hear things. I hear voices. I've been telling you this for years.
Now that's my voice that you're hearing.
Oh my gosh, what am I, married to you too? And we have
Not
a
a
lot of
chance.
stands out there. Oh, and there goes a wave right across the stands.
It's
Yes,
an
sir, ladies and
exciting
gentlemen,
group
we
here.
are filling the bleachers here.
And we've got a very nice group of cheerleaders. Let's
Still
acknowledge
0-0.
them, dressed in pink.
Still 0-0. The girls have taken possession. The teachers are angry. Some of them are even pulling out their teeth guards and growling viciously at them. All right. Looks
Be
like
patient,
a shotgun.
be
There's a
patient.
big rush. And oh, it's pulled down there. As soon as we find
The
out what the score
teachers
is.
still have possession.
I saw that.
You need to pay attention, Mr. Heller. It's the teachers that
Paying
still have
attention to my
possession.
fans. I'm blessing them all. I'm absolving them of their scientific inequities.
Lunatic. Oh, and Ms. Hennessy decided to join the fray.
Well, she did come in case one of the teachers gets injured. She's ready to go. As she's saying, she's waving off. There's no teacher going to be injured. Coming down.
Who's the trainer at the game tonight, Hell Dog?
Mr. Morency.
I see that we have Mr. Gonzalez, our school psychologist, here for any emotional or psychological help that may be needed throughout this game.
He's come to our emotional rescue.
Ooh. And here we go.
You know something? There goes a score. We can't really see who the heck did it. Doesn't really matter, it was a teacher. And the children are now quivering. And let's not forget the cheerleading squad. Pretty in pink, here they are. Rocking and rolling. Look at the stands are so crowded, they're standing room only. Touchdown, teachers.
I got it. Take a look at the scoreboard. You do a point after?
No, we can just keep it 6. That's fine.
Received.
All right, what's going on here?
I'm not sure.
Mrs. Trabue credit for the touchdown.
The teachers look confused, and that was Kristen Trabue on the touchdown.
Scoring on a big-
Mr. Hell Dog.
She not only scores on this field, but I hear she's a pretty good fantasy football player, too.
Stop the time for a sec. Stop the time.
Cool. And the
Mr.
time
Heller, pay
stopped at
attention for
16:15.
stopping that time. Mr. Busher has briefed his team, and they're ready to go.
And we
They're
just-
going to come roaring back. I can feel it, Mr. Heller.
I know Mr. Busher has given them an good old pep talk. It's as if time has stopped. And they're out. It's a razzle-dazzle. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's confused. And they pick up about 10. Oh, it looks like they
There
picked up
she
a first
goes.
down.
First down.
She ripped off the whole thing. Instead of taking the flag, she rips off the whole belt.
Let me tell you, the defense looked a little spotty right there, Mr. Heller. Lots of holes in that defense, teachers.
Well,
Mr. Heller is keeping the time, and he struggles with that.
I've just got to keep technology away from Alpha here.
Ooh, little
Somebody's
little
down.
mix
There's
up,
a bit of blood.
little mix up on that
Good
one.
show. They broke it out the hockey sticks. Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Mr. Busher, let's clean up that offense. We're ready to go.
Seems to be a 5-yard penalty. We're on their own 40-yard line. They're ready to rock and roll.
I didn't know Mr. Busher was a football coach. I've always known him as a basketball coach and a math facts coach. So to see him coaching football is pretty exciting.
He not only coaches football, but he also coaches the men's stand-up paddle team. I've seen him in Key West.
I
He
don't
does a
know
lot of
anything
that.
about that one.
Oh, there looks like another
And
razzle-dazzle.
there's-
Everybody's confused. Nobody knows what's going on. There's a bit out, and they're passing out. It's a time. Oh, it's a pass, but it's incomplete.
I think I saw a little interference on behalf of the teachers, Mr. Heller. It looked to me like pass interference. Are the refs going to call it?
Of course not. They're the teachers.
Oh, come on,
As
Mr.
our stands are
Zara.
filling up. Seems to be standing room only now. Seems to be a scuffle in the stands.
Over a seat?
Over a seat.
We got to see this offense pull it off here. They've got to
Listen,
read
just
the
because
play.
you're the mayor doesn't mean you get a seat automatically, folks.
Oh, there we go. What
There it
a
is. It's
bullet.
almost a Hail Mary right there.
Overthrown.
Or Hail
Again,
Grace, I'm not too sure.
I think I saw a push off on the teachers, and we got to start paying attention to those penalties out there.
Oh, Mr. Zara seems to be calling it. He seems to be calling the penalty. No, there's no flag. It seems he's just getting. Oh, there is a flag. Yes. On
Perfect.
the 45-yard line.
Perfect.
5 yards for just being unmellow.
I think it was holding on behalf of the teachers.
There
I
it is.
saw
No,
them.
It's holding because it is the teacher's ball, and almost pulled right off there. A loss of a yard.
Turnover?
Huh?
What the heck happened? A turnover? What?
4th down.
Oh, I got you. Here we go.
There's a funny thing about this. All of a sudden, it doesn't happen in innings. It's just like it's downs, you know.
What did I say to you that got
I really want to see the defense right now. Keep the teachers back. Push them back.
why? What did I do?
It's all about our students,
I'd be
Mr.
really
Heller.
interested
It's
in
all
seeing
about
a
the
big
students.
gaping hole open up in the middle of the field, sucking everybody down.
Push them back. Push them back, girls. Come on, offense. Let's go.
There it is. They're using the same razzle dazzle. Oh no! It's pulled off right there around the 35-yard line.
Do I see Dr. Valdez on the field?
Most likely, she's probably out there taking care of one of the hurt students.
She's so little I can hardly see her.
Speaking of hurt students, if you're ever feeling ill at Lawrence School, come on down to the nurse's office. She'll always take care of you. This portion of our show is brought to you by nurses' offices and nurses all around.
We love our nurses.
Nurses rock. And while you're there, swing in and see Mr. Gonzalez.
Because he's right next door. And Mr. Bushy's here. He's not too far away, is he?
Well, yes, but usually you want to avoid that side of the hallway. Here it is. We're looking for another. It's shotgun position. She's in the pocket. Pitch out. Looks like almost intercepted.
Oh, wow.
Knocked down. Seems like the ball's going the other direction now. 11
Who
minutes
is
left in this half.
Mr. Busher's defensive coach?
That's Mr.
The other
Morency.
Mr. Busher? Well, he needs to do a little work on his plan here, and you got to read those plays. The teachers aren't that difficult to read, right?
No, they hand
You
out their
can
plays
figure them out
all day long.
all day long.
That's what they do.
Okay, they're setting it up. Got the quarterback.
Oh no, she's on the
Almost
hose.
sacked.
Almost.
Almost sacked.
Almost. There's a blocking.
She skitters right across
Look
the
at that.
field.
Like a gazelle. Well, you know what they say. In the savannah, you don't have to be the fastest gazelle. You just got to be faster than one other gazelle. Speaking of gazelles, look at our cheerleaders down there, rocking and rolling.
Aren't they adorable? Look how sweet they are.
They are.
What a great group of students you have, Mr. Heller. I wish I were back at Lawrence. I miss the Lawrence
Oh,
School.
I was thinking of Mrs. Santos and Mrs.
Oh,
Davies, but okay,
were you
I'll go
paying
with everybody
attention?
else.
Were you paying attention?
we got
Look
all-
at this. Look at
She's
this.
going. She's going.
She's
for the
all
end.
gone.
Look
It
at
is
that.
a-
Look at that.
Touchdown!
Oh, is there a flag on the play?
No, no flag.
Come on, give him a
Put the
flag.
flag away.
Isn't there a flag? Does that mean they get 6 points?
Actually, Mr. Heller, The girls get 7 points.
That's right.
And now the girls of the Lawrence School are leading the teachers for the first time in this game.
Teachers are becoming upset.
The teachers are not happy.
Wait a minute, I think I saw Mrs. Smith trying to trip a student running across.
Would she really do that?
Sure she would. She's fast enough to.
They're tricky. Look, is that Mrs. Alves? I see her out there. This could be some kind of a Greek
Mrs. Alves
tragedy.
going out. It is. It's going to be a Greek tragedy because it seems like shotgun position. It's a pitch out to the side.
Look at that.
But it looks like it was easily read by the defense. That's what
Is
happens
that
when
Ms.
you're an
Lalasha?
English major. And that's what happens when you're in social studies. Everything about you has been read.
The teachers were stripped on that play. It was perfect by the girls. Can you tell who I'm cheering for?
I
Hold
can't
on.
imagine. Aren't you supposed to be impartial?
I am about the students.
Oh, boo-hoo. I want to see them
Get her.
plowed down. There it goes. A bit of a flop at elbow. And right over there. Yes. Pulled down somewhere around the 37-yard line.
Miss Cassavan is impressive as a quarterback.
She's got some guns on her, I'm telling you. She can put that football anywhere she wants it.
They're getting ready. Watch out for Mrs. Bosselman. She is fired up.
Seems they've got some wide receivers out there ready to go.
Some confusion about how many players are on the field right now.
There's no confusion, there's a lot. And they're ready to go. Here it is.
And in
Pitch
she
out.
goes.
She's up
Up
and
and
into
over.
the hands. Number 72.
Mrs. Solich has been
Solich
hot
is
this
grabbing
game.
her.
She is hot.
I'm telling you.
And she's giving it right back. Let's get that defense together. Get right in there, girls.
She was drafted from the Los Angeles Rams. And made a side living as a math teacher.
Well, I don't think she should give up her career as a football player.
No, I don't think she is.
It seems to come naturally for her.
Speaking of giving things up,
Let's go, girls.
there they go.
Oh,
There's no
there
points
she goes,
being given
Dr.
up.
Valdez
Holy go,
running.
Is that the Valdez? She pitched out.
And it is
it's
intercepted.
Oh,
Woo!
yes. Oh, no.
And she's going
Look at
all
this.
the way.
She's going all the
Ooh,
way.
right by your
Holy
quarterback.
cow.
Right by your
Is there a
quarterback.
flag on the
and
field?
in. There is no flag on the field.
I think there was something wrong. Clipping or something.
Absolutely not. That was a clean play.
Foul,
And it was an
foul.
interception. Oopsie. How do you minus? I need to ask Mr. Busher how you minus on this.
I think you just keep on going until the 5 goes over. That's all right. I'm quite sure you can take it off of the next score.
On the next math test, we could remove 2 points. But the girls are up 15-6 in this game.
I'd just like you to know that the Concorde landed in the U.S. for the first time in 1977. That's how fast these girls are running over the teachers.
I was looking for the analogy here, Mr. Heller. That was a good one.
Why do you
Sort
doubt
of.
me? And
Oh,
no.
couldn't hold on to it, or was it stripped?
No, I think there was an 8th grader in on that play.
And there's Mr. Zara. It's hard to see him except for the stripes.
Well, everybody blends.
Let's activate some of these. Where's Mrs. Cruz? Is she out there?
She's cruising around somewhere. And it seems there's a bit of pressure. Oh, and it seems like she lost a few points on that one. Lost a few down yards.
Miss Cassavant's a little down in the mouth. Maybe she'll need to see. Maybe she'll need to see Mr. Gonzalez.
Well,
She's
she
a
can-
little down in the mouth. I think an appointment with.
Mr. Gonzalez would really do well. I think, there's nothing like a little talk.
Wow, and there's
There
Mrs.
it is,
Marshall! Woohoo!
And it's an, oh! There seems to be a scruffle out there on the field.
I think Mr. Zara's right in the middle of it.
I think he was causing it.
Wouldn't surprise
Look
me.
at those cheerleaders go. Woohoo! That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
School spirit, we love it.
We love everything, and we love the cat. Oh!
Oh, wait a minute. There should be a flag down on that play, Mr. Heller, against the teachers.
No, I would say pass interference, but they're not going to call it.
I saw a push off and I saw a hand to the face. I'm surprised. That's a dirty play.
Well, we don't have face masks, so they can't be called for face masking.
But
They
that
just-
was Dr. Valdez. She got her hands out there.
And she
Shame
knows
on
enough
her.
to grab them right in, take her thumb and forefingers and place it in between the eyes, pull out the old nose.
Now, what is up with that? A
Look
trick
at it. In there. Oh,
almost
intercepted.
intercepted. Wow.
Seems Mrs. Bosselman was in on that play. Playing number 33, Larry Bird's number.
And Mrs. Solich is going to the bench.
She's just going to the
Only
bench
momentarily.
because she's dropping off her teeth guard. She's had enough. She's saying, "You're going down this play."
And the girls are strategizing. These girls are good.
And Mr. Bush is strategizing with his defense coordinator and his offense coordinator.
And Mr. Bushy's riding the pine.
There they come. It looks like they're going to be ready. Looks like it's
They've
a
got
wide
a plan.
right.
They've got a plan.
Wide right.
They're good. They're
Here it
good.
is. The ball is up.
Quarterback
and it's all
sneak.
done. It's like, they're going,
Here
they're
we
going,
go.
they're
Quarterback
going. There's a bit of a
sneak. Go,
straight
girl.
arm. She's going, and all of a sudden she's pulled down in the 40. Nice job on that. Good run. She's got about 5 yards out of the deal. And with almost a 2-minute warning coming up, the girls are 15. 7th grade girls are 15. Just the teachers 6.
Monday is not going to look good for these girls. I'm a little concerned about this. Retaliation from those teachers, I need to know about it.
Oh, I'm quite positive of it.
Not good. They
Like-
retaliate against this team, Mr. Heller. We need to work on that. Not a good sign.
And we'd like everybody to say hello to Erica, who has just waved. Hi, Erica.
And there's
Well-
Kathy Sylvia, who was a student of mine many, many moons ago. I love seeing students of mine who
How about watching these guys?
Graduated,
They're all
moved
piled
on,
up,
and
and
they
there it
still
goes.
come
There's
back.
the throw, and oh no!
Ooh, and then there was a duck.
It was almost a catch, and there seems to be cartwheels going on. Holy cow, look at them go.
Oh, what is that? Did you see Mr. Zara do a little jig?
I want you to notice that the sunset on the clouds is almost the color of our cheerleaders. I'd just like everybody to know that. We'd also like
I
to
think our girls are more beautiful than the sunset.
and I'd also like to remind us to stay close to where we should be.
I
That's
see
what I'm
Mrs.
talking
Davies. She's here and ready to go. And
She's
Mrs.
taking care of the
Bosselman is
cheerleaders.
fraternizing on the sidelines.
What is she doing on the
I
sidelines?
don't know. But if she's not in play,
I do
Should
know
be
one
called.
thing. Do know one thing. It doesn't matter what the score is. Mr. Gottlieb has come and he's ready to play.
and then there's Mr. Gonzalez.
Mr. Gottlieb comes to us from the San Francisco 49ers.
You missed
That
that,
one seems to be
play.
up in the air, and
Overthrown.
with 33 seconds left, we'd like to remind you that this portion of our show is brought to you by oatmeal. Oatmeal in cookies and in warm, bushy stuff. with a little butter and sugar and anything else that you can choke it down with.
Couple of
Oatmeal.
raisins, couple of blueberries, you're good to go.
Helps you.
Start your morning right.
Helps you to get up and do what needs to be done.
And you gotta move.
You gotta move.
All right, let's
speaking
take a
of
look
which-
at this last play.
Here it is.
Last
It's the
play.
The ball
They're
is up in the
desperate.
air,
Miss
and-
Casavant
Miss
is
Casavant
desperate.
is sacked on their last play. And we end this first.
Congratulations to the girls
The
of the
girl,
Lawrence
15.
School. Well done. Nice job.
7th grade girls coming across. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Give it
Everybody,
up.
give them a wave.
Give it up for the.
There goes the wave across the stands. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but there seems to be a discussion about a seat over there.
You see how he yells over me. Congratulations to the girls of the Lawrence School, putting those teachers right where they belong, in the loser column.
Not yet. Not yet. The teachers are coming out here for the 8th grade girls. We're going to give them a little break. Just a little break. Get over here. Have a bit of water. And then they're going to be ready to go.
Alright, set the time at 25.
Received. Start the time at 25.
I don't know.
Heller, come on.
Set time.
Need a little help from Mr. Busher up here to set this time. There we go.
And we have the time set at 25 minutes because Alpha has problems with technology.
Well, that is true. I'm really a person kind of person. I'm about people. I'm not about technology.
No, you're not. You're an alpha wolf. Don't tell me that. And speaking of which, this portion of our show is brought to you by dog food. Something that your dog would really appreciate. So remember, keep your dog fed with dog food.
That is a ridiculous statement.
And we happen to have a dog up here. Her name is Juno. She's Alpha's offspring. She's a sweetie.
She's my therapy dog.
And speaking of therapy, don't forget to stop by and see Mr. Gonzalez after the game. And here we go. It looks like it's going to be the kickoff with the 8th grade girls versus still the same teachers. They look a little worn.
Mr. Zara's got a flag, but I'm not sure I've seen him use it yet. Does he know when that leaves
Of
his
course
hand?
not. No, it's only going to be against the 8th grade girls. Here's where things start happening. And here happens to be the pass. It's up, and it's all of a sudden, there it is.
Incomplete. I already started it. Elephant fingers.
And Elephant Fingers has already started the time.
We have got quite a crowd here, Hell Dog. This is quite something.
I think the numbers are up around 27,342.
Ticket sales are through the roof.
We are making money. Just wanted to let you know that if your PA system is turned up too loud, it can annoy and irritate your neighbors. Another really good way to annoy and irritate your neighbors is to open up the fence to their dogs late at night. Just jump on the hood of their car and cause their alarms to go off.
I don't think you're a good influence on our students.
I'm trying to be an influence on the teachers.
Ah, I get it now.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
We're ready. Time is ticking. The 8th grade girls have the ball.
They are ready to
There seems
rock.
be fear. There's fear in the teacher's eyes, especially when you have this runner. She is
Woo!
a
Look
gazelle.
at her go!
Holy cow,
Go, baby,
she is
go!
going, and she's got, oh, she's still going. Of course, there's a flag down, and there seems to be a bit of blood.
Well, it's about time.
I told you this 8th grade team was gonna not give a quarter.
And
They're
the
ready.
teachers are out of control. Did you see that? It took 4 teachers to go after that young lady, and she just kept going. You get some problems with the defense. There's some holes out there for
Well,
the teachers.
You know, these are the things. They're used to being in the halls, and they can easily take them down in the halls. And you know, they got too much room out here to run. Watch
Put 'em-
what goes on.
Put them in a field, and
This is a fright.
they're powerless.
This is a fright. Oh, there seems to be. Yep, it's up in the air and almost
Incomplete.
complete pass.
Seems to me like there might have been some pass interference on that play. But Mr. Zara is not calling.
Well, I'll tell you what. I wouldn't put my money on the students yet.
Well, I think I would.
Not now because there's an interception.
Interception.
Spoke too soon. And here's why. Speaking of money, 1987, Wall Street took a dive. Just wanted everybody to know that.
Dump or dive?
No, it took a dive all because of electronic technology. Just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why I avoid it.
I don't have anything to put in it. All right, here we are. However, if the teachers win, I get a big payoff. All right, here is the teacher's possession.
We need to really, really watch the teachers and the way
Looks
they
like
use
they're
their
using-
hands.
they're
And there goes Miss
overusing that arm.
Casavan. She takes
But
off
she
out of
comes
the
up
pocket.
and- oh, she is pulled down right there around the 42.
I want to know if they're going to count that as a sack.
No, but she just heaved it at Mr. Zara, and he's going to count it as a sack.
Questions about sportsmanship on that one. And there's Mr. Oliveira.
There's questions about everything on that one. And speaking of questions, the question of the night is, what is the capital of South Dakota? And there seems to be there seems to be a flag on the play.
And I believe that there's a person on the sidelines who's raising his hand for the answer to that question.
Who is that person?
Mr. Gonzalez.
Just a reminder to all Lawrence School students, especially those behind those bleachers, come back over onto this side, please. We don't want to have to go over there and get you, and we've got the teachers to do it. And there's up in the air, but oh no,
Intercepted. What
It's
did
a
I tell you,
turnover.
Mr. Heller? What did I tell you?
Once again, a turnover.
These girls are on top of their game. They're well coached, they're well bred, and they are very intelligent players. They read the plays of the teachers.
And speaking of turnovers, we'd like to welcome everybody to visit your local shops around town and have a turnover.
A blueberry,
A blueberry turnover with ice cream.
a raspberry, a
And bring one for
raspberry.
your dog, because you know, your dog would like one.
Bring one for your teacher on Monday. I'd give them a good raspberry.
Especially, no. Wait a minute. There they are. Look at there the Lawrence School Bunny Bulldogs are out there cheering away.
They're awesome. Great spirit.
Finally, the ball is given back to Mr. Zara, hidden by one of the teachers. And there seems
What
to
is
be a pass.
what is Mrs. Smith doing, trying to influence the play?
There's a bit of confusion.
There's something that can get called for that.
There seems to be a timeout. And now there's time in. And now they're running. And who is that running after? Like a gazelle. Keep it on running. She's going. She's going. Oh, all the way picks up 22 yards.
Successfully broke 3 tackles. Did you see that?
Yes, I saw that, as a matter of fact.
Well, you didn't call
with
it.
with the strong arm.
But you didn't call it.
I don't have to. There's somebody out there with a yellow flag, and I paid him not to call anything on that. Here we go. We're ready. Beautiful sunset.
It's just interesting up here when we review the plays. right, Hell Dog? We can actually see what really happened and how the teachers are behaving. Or not.
If they want any sort.
Look at that! Look at
beautiful
that!
Class. She's going.
Wow!
Oh my
Wow!
gosh! There's going, and another TD. Now remember, try to
Oh.
try to do
Oops.
so many.
What? Wait a minute.
And it looks like the score is up. Seems like the girls are walking away with this one, probably so that give the boys a little buffer zone. I've heard that the boys have a new quarterback,
And who is that?
Jared Lopes, I think.
And who's the quarterback for the teachers? Oh, Mr. Gonzalez?
I think so. He's there. He's downstairs, passing him up a little bit. You can see him practicing right now.
Is Mr. Bushy playing?
Of course.
You think
He's
he can?
right there on the field right
Do
now.
you think he can handle it?
Mr. Bushy can handle anything.
And we've got a visitor in the house.
Yes, I know. It's the dog. There seems another incomplete pass.
I am not a dog.
Oh, there you are. And we have the Honorable Mr. Turkington here with us, with the dog. And
The Alpha Wolf.
we have the Honorable Ben Trabou here with us today. Give us a wave, Ben.
Give it up for Ben
Hey,
Trabou.
Yeah, everybody.
Woohoo!
We have the field now. It seems there's a bit of talk right there. Our own Tom Brady, she's up.
Look at her. Look
that.
at
Almost
that.
a pass.
Oh,
That pass
oh,
is complete,
that
ladies
hit
and gentlemen.
hit the
That
ground.
pass is
That
complete.
hit Mr. Heller.
There's
There's a flag down on the play.
I don't believe what's going on. I can't believe what's going on.
That ball hit the ground. Should be an incomplete pass.
Not at all. I contest. See, it seems to be there. Yes, it was a 5-yard penalty because the students were they were just students. So it's a 5-yard penalty. Could easily be.
Oh,
There's a
and there
forearm.
we go.
There's another flag.
Flag
on the
down on the
field.
play.
Holy
he's-
cow! Roughing the passer.
Hold on, he's thrown 2 flags in less than 2 minutes and hasn't thrown
Roughing
flags
the
all game.
passer. Roughing the passer. Right there. You got it, baby.
Ridiculous call.
That's what I'm talking about.
Ridiculous call.
That's somebody who knows what's going on. They do have the option, however, to check the instant replay, but they have not called that option yet.
No one's taken the flag out of the sock.
Nope.
When that happens, we'll review the play.
That's it. Until such a time. But we're going
Where'd she
on.
go?
The time is going on. And the stands are getting rowdy.
We're going to need a little crowd control here, Mr. Gonzalez.
They're going to have to do the wave to get everybody up. And there's the wave. It starts from one end all the way to the other. That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
There is not an available seat in the house tonight, Hell Dog.
Yes, it seems like we've got a crowd. What a crowd. What a crowd.
You're right. There's not an available parking space. I'll give you that.
There isn't.
There is not an available parking
There
space.
is no parking.
There are now Uber cars waiting on the side streets to pick up people. Ubers of cars.
I can see Ms. Galligan's look of disdain.
We would like to remind everybody that this portion of our show is brought to you by electricity. Without electricity, well, we certainly wouldn't be talking to you over this.
Really, this part of our show is brought to you by the Falmouth Public Schools Department of Psychological Services, starring
Mr. Gonzalez. I'm sorry, it's that toss-up. It's a Hail Mary. And that's a Hail Mary.
What is that automobile doing?
That seems to be the ambulance automobile. They're out on the field. There seems to be a bit of a scuffle.
I think our trainer is in there. We've got Gurney in case it's needed. And we have Dr. Valdez for any evaluations needed to be done on site.
Oh, wait a minute. No. That seems to be our next sponsor. Wandering Travelers. Yes. Wandering Travelers for people who just want to travel and wander all at once.
Yes, knock on the door if you need it, because sometimes I do it.
And the players are back out onto the field after they cleared the benches. With just
What a
an
lovely crowd we have here tonight.
It is a beautiful night tonight. We have everything into this starlit night. We have lots of stars out here. And it seems to be she is pulled down.
What was
They're
that?
trying hard to get it on the field. They're really trying hard to get some points up there. And speaking of trying to make some points, they seem to be having very poor ability to converse with that automobile driver over there.
Well, we've got Mr. Busher on it. Perhaps we should send over.
Mr. Gonzalez could go over and solve the problem. We'd like to say that our staff is well represented by Mr. Bushy, Mr. Battello, and Mr. Gonzalez. Here we are, set up, ready. Looks like the teachers are ready to take him on. They're in an odd position. Right there, it seems to be, it's a Hail Mary up for the kids. Another picture.
Whoa, but it was
It
not
is caught. It is
recovered.
complete.
It was complete.
Yes, it was complete.
Nice.
It was up there. I see Mrs. Smith taking swings at him. I think she was just pulling out her teeth, but
You gotta watch her. She's tricky. She'll take a shot at somebody and try to get away with it.
she can. It's up in the air still, and Mrs. Smith almost catches it.
Hit the ground. I think she tried to act like it was a turnover, but
Wait.
it did not happen that way.
Nope. She's gonna put her tooth guard back in.
No, she's putting her tooth back.
Place is out of control.
All right, there's the pass. It's up. It's into the field. No, it's literally into the field.
What is that?
I see something on Main Street. He superimposed something.
Oh, this is Russ.
I think he's playing games.
Alright, she needed to pee, so we're all set
Are
now.
you going?
Yeah, I gotta
You
meet.
gonna-
I gotta
Hold
meet someplace
down.
at
It looked like a
6:30.
nice
Oh, I
snake
thought you were
right
going to
there.
take her.
I took her to go pee.
Okay, give me her leash. Oh, that's okay.
Travel for our players is brought to you by
Bye, love.
Anytime Limousine. Anytime you need it, take a limousine. There we go. It's up.
This quarterback is
The
good.
quarter. Look at that toss. Holy cow!
Incomplete.
If that came down and somebody tried to catch it, it would have taken an arm off. Speaking of which, if your arm gets taken off, go visit Falmouth Hospital. It's a nice place to visit, but you don't want to stay there too long. And look at that little pooch down on the field.
Did you see that
is-
catch by Mr. Zara? Boy, that was a stretch.
Is he supposed to be catching it?
Well, they threw it at him.
Oh.
Not to him, but at him.
We're
Speaking of
looking-
Adam, where is Mr. Thomas?
Oh, he's going to be here, trust me. Football game wouldn't be one without Mr. Thomas. There's a pitch out. She's on it. She's got some run, but she's pulled down somewhere around the
She is
28-yard
stuffed
line.
right at that 28-yard.
Her defense is pretty good tonight. speaking of pretty good, looks like we have a backup going on over there.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Well, I'm telling you, these are our sponsors, Wandering Travelers. You want to travel and just wander, go with them. If not, take a limousine.
Stick with us.
There it goes. It's a Hail Mary. It's up. It's in there almost. Almost to her go-to girl. Miss Solich out there. They're going to call her hand Solich right now. Look at all the happy faces there on the sideline.
They're happy until they get out there and have to play the 7th and 8th grade boys from the Lone Square.
I was just hoping those youngsters down there aren't playing the 7th and 8th grade boys. But it does appear as if Mr. Botello has taken up a bit of a rivalry with the young man.
I think the young man is winning.
I think he is. Gonna win his heart over. There we go. The ball is back over. Looks like the teachers are moving on up. However,
Let's just remind our students to stay over here at the bleachers, please.
it's up. It's in. Oh, blocked. Beautiful
Hit
block.
by the 8th grade girls. Well done.
Looks like this is a game that's really one-sided. I'm going to have to pay Mr. Zara more. Speaking of more, if you want more value, go to Dunkin' Donuts and get a coffee and a donut. And bring me one. Have more.
I'm not sure that donuts would pass the wellness test, but I'll take a coffee.
Everything consumed on the field has no points. Look at this, there's a runner. She's going up, she's bouncing back and forth, she's done, and pulled down at the 40-yard line.
Wow, I saw a misuse of hands by that Miss Cassavant. You wouldn't think that a guidance counselor would be so aggressive and vicious, would you? But on the field, she turns into a different person.
Hey, baby, you know,
And
you work
perhaps we should consult with...
Well, there's always Mr. Gonzalez.
Who's banging on the door?
Is somebody downstairs?
I don't know.
Just like to let you know that if you're banging on the door downstairs, we can't hear you.
We can't open it.
So if you need anything, you should probably come around here, especially if you have Dunkin' Donuts and some donuts.
Mr. Bushy's out there warming up. Who's he throwing the ball with?
As I said, looks like Mr. Gottlieb out there. As I said, he comes to us from the San Francisco 49ers. He was a free agent for a while, and then became a math teacher.
And look at her go. Look at her. She's going right
Tripper,
up
tripper.
the line. You
Oh,
go, girl.
whoa,
You go,
whoa.
girl. Broke tackles.
What is
ran.
what is
What
that?
a nice play.
What is going on? The play is being called back. The play is being called back. The flag has been thrown.
Okay, now
Looks like Mr. Bush. Looks like Miss Morency is arguing.
Mr. Zara is angry.
Mr. Zara is bringing it back. Mr. Morency is yelling at him, shaking his head.
He's a difficult coach, that Mr. Morency. Doesn't give in very easily.
He's very upset with the call.
Get him off the field.
Nope, there goes the pitch out.
And look at her go. Look at her
this
run.
gazelle. Like I said,
Nice job.
the Serengeti is meant for that one.
Or she is meant for the Serengeti.
Oh, how true.
It sounds like this building's going to collapse at any moment. I hear banging and all kinds of bizarre noises.
And if it does collapse, we'd like you to visit Falmouth Lumber for all your woodworking needs.
Rebuild now.
Of course, it's always good to call emergency first, because we'll still be in here. All right, speaking of emergency, looks like the teachers are really in for a hot defense. The ball is up again, looking for, no! She catches it, she's going! And she's gone, ladies and gentlemen. She's down the edge. She's slamming it.
And he calls a touchdown.
A touchdown. Speaking of touchdowns, we want to welcome members of our Falmouth High School team who just come on by to say hello. Get some tips from our 8th grade boys.
They want to see what's coming up to the high school next year, Hell Dog.
They do.
They're here to scout.
They
Thank
are.
you, Falmouth Clippers.
Ow. I suppose I do have to offer this.
Well, there's little Jane Zara. Isn't she adorable?
Wow, little baby Jane.
Watch out for Barbara.
Abs. Hi.
Hi, Jane. Hi, Janie.
Hi, here's the man that's...
Oh, you are gorgeous. You look
Oh,
just
she's-
like your mommy.
Oh, she's so sweet.
And her father is Mr. Zara.
Who's still out there on the field, throwing the flag the way he should.
No, he's not throwing the flag the way he should. He is against the students. His calls have been unfair
Look at that
and
little
uneven.
angel, she's laughing.
That's not endearing to a child, Mr. Heller.
It is for me. And speaking
Oh,
of
look at that
endearing,
puppy. Oh, how adorable.
look at that puppy. And speaking of puppy, this next portion of our show is brought to you by Wee Wee Puppy Pads. When you've got a puppy that's gotta go, you've gotta go. Get Wee Wee Puppy Pads. And speaking of puppy pads, look like the teachers are out on the field again. That arm
Oh,
is just
look
not
at
holding
that.
up.
What
Wait a
was
minute,
that?
I thought it was right into there. Miss Sharetta grabs it, and oh, she's pulled down. What a catch by Miss Sharetta.
I will admit that Miss Cassavant has a couple of really strong go-to receivers.
I mean, she's something else. I've seen her catch a student before they leave her class, faster than anything.
Ooh,
Oh, and there's a pitch out, yes,
that
once
looked like
again.
a sack to
Up
me.
the oh, no way. That was roughing the passer, if anything.
that was a ridiculous call,
That was a
Mr. Heller.
beautiful
Ridiculous,
play.
ridiculous call
Roughing
on
the
your part.
passer. That goes
Where did you learn about
to Miss
football?
Bosselman.
Where did you learn about football?
Good play. Me, I learned about it in New Jersey. We used to play something every year when we came home from college. We called it the toilet bowl. And here we are. Once again, it's a quick pitch. We've got 16 seconds left. There's a pitch out. Oh! Got time for one more play. It's up. Into the field and caught the touchdown!
No!
Teachers score. Get that baby on the scoreboard. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, with the end of the game, there goes the whistle. Mr. Zara calls the end of the game.
And once again, the girls have won.
They've only won this game. They have not won the war.
You go, 8th grade girls.
Now that the stands are really packed for the 8th grade, 7th and 8th grade boys to come in, we'd like you all, please locate your seats. Please do not take other people's seats. Yo, yo, yo. There's Colin down there. Peace out. And Brian trying to find anybody on the phone to give him a ride.
Mr. Heller, let's clear that time. Let's clear the boards.
What
Come
is that?
on.
What did you do? Stop. Don't touch things. Well, once again, we just take Alpha Wolf away from the meticulousies of technology. What
we
are you
need to
doing?
reset that clock, Mr. Heller. Get rid of those scores and let's start over.
Leave the scores.
Why?
Because they're cumulative. We watch everything.
Oh, we're gonna add. Oh, nice.
Everything's cumulative, yes.
That might be a struggle.
And the 7th grade boys looks like they're already out on the fields, marking the territory. And speaking of which, it looks like Juno's marking her territory up here too. Clean up aisle 6. This portion of our show.
Pads.
This portion of our show is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Absorb all kitty litter. Well, I know it's the howling hour, but we gotta add cats too.
This portion of our game is actually brought to you by the Falmouth Public Schools Administration, led by Mr. Tom Bushy.
We'd like to say that the teachers that win this game will be flown at cost by Mr. Bushy,
To the destination of their choice.
which this year will be Tahiti. So pack your bags. And here it comes. The game begins. It's the first pitch to Mr. Gottlieb. Mr. Gottlieb's going up there. No, he's
And
finally
he
pulled
is
down. in the
taken
50.
down.
As I said, he was a tight end for the San Francisco 49ers. Came out because he wanted to teach math.
Watch out for Mr. Gonzalez. He'll be playing a lot of psychological tricks on you.
That's the type of warfare that you watch for.
You watch
Look at
it,
this pass.
big
It's
boys.
up and oh! I don't know where that one was going to. I mean, I see Mr. Trabou right there. He was ready for it.
Watch Mr. Trabou run. Remember, he is the coach for soccer, and he can run like the wind.
He can. I've seen him. As they line up, seems like they're going down on this one.
Appeared to me as though someone jumped off sides on that.
It's a pitch out. Right to mid. There he goes. He's running up the way. There it is, and
Look how he bobs and weaves as he gets through that defense.
that's beautiful. It's a beautiful sight. Watching that, I just hope I'm not on the Serengeti with him.
Mr. Trabou takes this very seriously. Ooh, and there's a pop.
And almost a Hail Mary.
Overthrown.
I have a feeling these teachers are ready to come on in. These teachers are not going to let things happen.
That defense has got to shore up that middle line.
Looks like the 7th graders are not in position yet. Looks like they are in position.
It's a hurry-up offense, Mr. Heller.
It is, and they hurried up, and he's running. He's going for it all. He did it. He's going, baby. He's going. Oh!
And they took
Pulled
him
down.
out. Took him out.
That's the
What do I have,
agility.
bad breath?
That's the agility of a 7th grader. Snuck right on in there.
Oh, thank you. What is that?
Anything for you.
Anything for you. What is that?
I don't know. It's been in my pocket.
Is it
Here,
brown?
put it on the other side. I don't know. It's been in my pocket.
I'm afraid to
No
smell
idea.
it.
And looks like they're ready. This hurry-up offense is ready to hurry up.
And there's Heather Sharetta leaving the field. Where are you going?
They're going to Tahiti,
And then
courtesy
we
of
have
Mr. Bushy.
Dr. Valdez, ready to do her exams.
She's ready to go to Tahiti, courtesy of Mr. Bushy, too.
I think you're wrong, courtesy of Mr. Gonzalez. You see, because they're in the same department, so they cover for each other.
We'd just like to remind you that if you love pink, this is the place to be. And look at this pass. It looks like he's got somebody. And it's almost.
Now that's unusual for Mr. Busher and
That's
Mr. Play
it.
like that.
That ball went right through his hands.
It was a bullet. It was well thrown. I'm not sure
Right
what he
through
was
his
doing.
hands. Well, I think the fact that he ran into the goalpost might have hurt a little bit, but that's all right. He's up again. And there's blitz. He's running.
They're tracking him down.
And a caught in there.
No
Oh,
touchdown.
it's no touchdown.
Incomplete.
They
Good call,
declared
Mr.
it
Zara.
incomplete.
Good call.
And the ball switches sides. Looks like the offense is ready to go.
And that Mr. Morency is not happy. Look at him
And that looks
arguing with Mrs. Bosselman. He is dejected right now. Mr. Busher was not set or ready for that play.
And so Mr. Patello was in on that play. Seems Mr. Patello's in on every play.
Is that Mr. Conley I see out there? Haven't talked to him in a while. He's looking good.
Looking good. He's usually rests. This year he looks like he went on in there. But they pulled up the reserves. They said, we need somebody else.
Pull up those yellow sleeves, Mr. Conley. And
intercepted.
Wow.
Intercepted by... Is that Mr. Gonzalez?
All right.
Interception by Mr. Gonzalez.
You go, G.
Word.
It's
Oh.
that psychological warfare.
He did.
I'm telling you.
All he did was run up and say, I got it. And he took it.
And I heard him say, get away from me. And there's Mr. Busher, a little on the dejected side. Mr. Trabou wants a little gameplay.
Mr. Trabou, slant right, shotgun position. There it is. It's a pitch out. And the pass all the way. Oh, intercepted. Turnover.
Well done. Well done, boys.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't understand what's going on here.
I understand it quite well. We've got some young men out there outplaying our
This is
teachers.
potential. These are potential.
How does this reflect on their evaluation, Mr. Heller?
I think they're going to get slammed. That'll teach them for playing well. Here it is. It looks like they've got protection. He's got protection.
Oh, boy.
And
The
he's going.
pocket
And
collapse.
there it is. Mr. Almeida in on the play. I'd like to say that Mr. Almeida comes to us from Kansas City.
Mr. Gonzalez comes to us from the Patriots. He is a true patriot.
He is a true
in
patriot.
every sense of the word.
He's actually the one that told me Cornwallis surrendered this day in history. And it looks he spins around and once again in on the play.
Was that Mr. Patello roughing that kid up?
Of course it is. Up and a bit of a shoulder.
It's
He's
a good
talking.
thing.
He's got some words.
Let me tell you, it's a good thing that Mr. Murphy isn't here calling this game.
Oh.
Mr. Dan Murphy.
Give it up for Dan Murphy. Because this portion of our show is brought to you by the Falmouth Cafeteria Service.
Under the guise of Mr. Heller.
Good show. Good pass right there. They're moving it up.
Score.
Time, you knucklehead.
Hell dog, you're having a hard time keeping track of that time. You got to keep your fingers on those buttons.
Let me tell you, time is relative, man. Hold on, there it is.
Well, I'll tell you,
Mr.
time is
Patella.
on their side.
It sure is.
And I do mean the students.
Everything, of course. I mean that too. Look at this student right down
Oh,
here.
look how cute she is. I think
And-
she's blowing kisses.
Of course, to me. Yes, lamb
Not at
chop.
all. Not at all.
Yes.
What a sweetheart.
Ow. And there it is. All of a sudden ripped off. It's the continuing first down.
I'm really impressed by these young men out here. And that doesn't mean you, Mr. Morency.
I'm really impressed by the lights.
What is Mr. Bushy doing?
I'm really impressed with that kick by the cheerleaders. I'll tell you what, that's what makes it.
And here we go. Here we go. Ooh, Mr. Almeida,
there's a
watch
stuff.
him.
Mr. Almeida runs on in.
Oh, come on. We got to protect
Undeterred.
You got to protect your quarterback.
He's going to rip him down. You leave an opening for him, he's going to just run a sine curve right through you. Turning down a job for NASA, Mr. Almeida came to us. And there's the pass. It's Hail Mary, it's up in the air, and oh, almost caught.
Just a little bit overthrown.
Mr. Almeida also was drafted from the LA Dodgers. There's a lot of people that were vying for him at the same time.
He's had quite a career.
He has, and he's given it all up to teach math. And run sine curves all over these students. Look at him go.
Watch him, watch
There he
him.
goes.
Take him out, take him
I
out.
see a cosine tangent right there, Mr. Patello. Ooh, bad.
Ooh, that Chris Patello, he's tricky too.
He's not only tricky, he's right there when you need him.
You better stay out of the dry storage.
And speaking
That's
of
a
right there
problem.
when you need it, this portion of our show is brought to you by oatmeal. Remember, if you need something good right now to make you get up and do what needs to be done, have some oatmeal.
Contact Mr. Dan Murphy at the Falmouth Public Schools Food Services Office to purchase your oatmeal.
And think about it. You might have a crying baby. Well, try oatmeal. You know, it can't hurt. Well, much. And here we go. Students now have the ball. They're running up the field.
They
There goes
confused
Patella.
him.
He's running wild.
confused
He's
him.
trying hard. He's scrambling. There's a scramble. And oh, Patella tackles him in the back. There's no catching Patella back there. Once he's locks on, he's like an MX missile. He's going to get you. I think he's more streamlined without that hair.
Mr. Trabou needs to step it up.
Hit the top.
What? No, they're changing.
No, don't let it. No, don't. Because they got.
It's going to last forever.
They got another. Yeah, they got another way to go. We got a long way to go here, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. The lights are shining. Just a reminder that everybody should keep over by us. Try not to wander away because you could be run over by our wandering travelers. Or Mr. Morency as he rips through. He is making his move, ladies and gentlemen. This is not going to be tolerated. Mr. Busher takes a swing at one of the students, but the ref was right there to stop him.
And does nothing.
And there it is.
Here we
Ball's
go.
back.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, look, what is that? What is that? Intentional grounding? No, it's another math teacher. I think he was running a sine curve play.
Somehow Mr. Patello gets right into the fray, arguing.
Well, he's up there flexing his muscle.
Where's Mr. Bushy? He's been inactive.
No, he's right there.
Uh-oh,
Oh, and it goes right to the pass.
uh-oh.
Right there. They're running it.
Purposely runs out of bounds, but stays up.
Mr. Bushy's right there. He's playing wide receiver. There he goes. And it seems like we have a station break. And we're back.
Here we go.
There it is. Pitch out right at the center. Pitch out to Patello. He's running over. He runs a touchdown.
Wow! Did you see how he bounced off that tackle?
As if he had some oatmeal at this moment.
Wow. Score.
And we'll continue right after a few words from our sponsor, Shoe, Megaphone, Wankel Rotary Engine. And we're back.
Remember the Wankel engine?
I do. As a matter of fact, I saw one once. Never heard it run. And it looks like there's a bit of change up. Some people are coming off the field. Mr. Trabou's coming off, getting some water. And,
Oh,
they're playing. Whoa, looks like a little bit of a fumble out there. In the
referee
backfield.
Karen
They're
Smith
getting
is
ready.
taking a break.
And bringing it up to only about the 32-yard line.
And look at that incredible Bulldog. Look at our mascot. Give it up for our Bulldog.
Ooh, everybody wave to the Bulldog. Yeah.
Woo!
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
What?
Not yet. The reputation still stands strong. We have
No,
some
I
fans.
agree with the young woman. She is absolutely correct. The reputation is going down.
We will be victorious this year, although I try not to
Girls.
say anything.
Girls, hang on. You're doing it. You're doing it. What do you got? Erica is the best person ever.
And back to reality. Here we are.
Girls, anytime you need anything, you see me. Avoid Mr. Heller.
Another good way to avoid Mr. Heller. All right, here they are. Is not to throw the football up this way. The students have it. They're looking for a Hail Mary. He's got plenty of time. It's right across
nice,
the center. He runs
nice throw.
right up the center and finally pulled down right around the 45-yard line.
Another young man who bounces off the tackle. Well done. You doing all right, Mr. Busher?
And speaking of bouncing off of tackles, here it is. It's another quick snap. There it is. It's passed. It's up in the air.
Oh,
and
oh.
no, Mr. Busher
Oh,
grabs it.
here he
He's
goes. He's
running.
on his way.
He's on his way to the big run. He pitches out. Oh, no. He's diving at the ball. There it is.
I believe the ball was stripped by an 7th grade boy.
Yeah, it was. Well, you know, Mr. Busher, from holding chalk all his life, is really beginning to lose a grip on his hands.
It's usually on the back of all of his clothes also. I think that was the problem.
No, the biggest problem was getting rid of chalk. That was his biggest asset.
I don't think he's gotten rid of chalk.
And speaking
Oh,
of assets,
boy.
look at this one. It's up and it's in there, ladies and gentlemen, with another TD.
What an incredible pass.
Put it in, baby. Rack 'em up.
I'm not worried and I'm not intimidated.
We're looking at it. It's a one touchdown game, almost, sort of.
Mr. Zara. Mr. Zara. He's got to call some plays.
He's trying to see who the quarterback is for the 7th grade boys. Look at him razzle dazzle, but he's got to escape. And oh no, yes, he does break away.
Right
one.
out of bounds.
And
Still
run out of
hold on to
bounds
that
by
ball.
Mr.
Good
Gottlieb.
job.
Mr. Gottlieb practicing. He practiced wrestling gators in the off season. He came back from the summer with a bit of a limp. Something about an alligator biting his leg, but he bit the alligator back and the alligator let him go. That's how tough we breed them up here, baby. Mr. Almeida lining up, he's blitzing. There he goes. He's quite a linebacker, Mr. Almeida. You're going to have to really work hard to take him away. Look at that. Look at that. Take
I would have
it
called a
down.
penalty on that one, Mr. Zara. Open your
sure,
eyes.
I sure would have. Right
Open
on the
your eyes.
boys.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Mr. Almeida's he's got arms like ham hocks. Once he gets a hold of you, he's gonna rip you down. That's from using a lot of markers in his earlier time as a math teacher. And it also shows when he's drawing up plays for the offense.
Oh,
Speaking of offensive,
Mr. Trabou's got a little problem with his cleats. It could be attributable to the geese.
I think a lot of it's attributable to the geese. And speaking of geese, did you know that they are Canada geese, not Canadian?
And
that in
tell
mind.
me why. What does that mean?
I don't know. They're from Canada.
Then why can't I call them Canadian?
Because they're geese. I know my logic has baffled many.
I may need to check that fact.
And speaking of
And do
baffling
we
many,
have a fact checker in the audience?
I think I see one now. No, go away. All right, moving back.
What is Mrs. Bosselman doing out there, interfering or telling secrets to the teachers? Not sure I'm happy about that.
Well, we have a bit of a break. We'll return after these words from our sponsor. Fidget spinner, skateboard, buffalo wings. And we're back. Here we are.
One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong. Oh, look at Mr. Morency. He's holding
Here it
He's
is.
holding
There it is. It's up in the air. He's running and almost
Almost
intercepted.
intercepted. Interesting game, Mr. Heller. Interesting playbook.
I'm just looking for Mr. O'Connor. He's returning. It was a bit of a stretch for him. But I think he can do it this time. He's running. Oh, he's holding back.
Watch out.
And it's right dead center. There it goes.
Look at that.
There it
What
goes
a
to
play.
Mattello. He's
What
running at it right
a
through.
play.
Beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. Beautiful
Clutch
game.
play to Mr. Busher, and off it goes to Chris Patello. I believe it's that food in the cafeteria at the Lawrence School that has set these people apart from other players.
And speaking of which, this broadcast of our show, this part of our show, happens to be brought to you by Ketchup, cafeteria's favorite food condiment. Here we go. And there seems to be a play on the plate. And Mr. Zara is calling a plate. Mr. Morency is not happy. Matter of fact, it seems as if Mr. Morency is scuffing dirt on top of Mr. Zara's feet.
Mr. Zara should really be seated for that.
He should be seated. Yeah. I think Miss Smith should be in on a play on that one, but she doesn't want to get her shoes dirty.
Well, she's not throwing a flag.
And
She's
there
a line
it is.
judge.
It's passed, and it's good. It is another touchdown, baby. There is a dance. Happy days are here again. Look at the score now, folks.
Okay, they're in.
This is a close game.
Folks, you're in. They're within striking distance. Let's go, students. Let's go.
Mr. Morency actually trains with Tom Brady in the offseason.
Mr. Zara has got to help me out here. What shall we sing? Let's do a little song, Mr.
I don't want to
Heller.
do
What
it
shall
because
we
all of a
sing?
sudden the football's laying in the field. It seems like Mr. Morency is angry. And no, he's just picking up the football. Oh.
We
I'd
might.
like to remind everybody, if you're not watching the game, well, you're not watching the game. And also, take a look around you. Where you are at this point is exactly where you are.
I think I saw Mr. Trudeau throw a little fist at someone.
Speaking of
Maybe
throwing
it was
fists,
at Mr. Morency.
I'll tell you what I could use right now. It's probably an Artie's. An Artie's burger. How I miss my Artie's. But Mr. Morency does it. He's almost sacked. He pulls the ball out. No!
It is
Mr. Gottlieb almost grabbed it.
incomplete. Could not
Mr. Almeida
roll
just
the
watches
ball.
it fall, saying, hey, it wasn't for me. I'm not going to take it. He ran his sine curve. And off comes Mr. O'Connor. He seems a bit gassed. No, he's going back out. It's just in time to try to intercept the ball. You know, that's what social studies will do for you. Just like to remind you that Mr. Thomas isn't out on the field yet. Evidently, he was injured over the summer. He was sent to New Mexico.
All right, we got to put the score back to 23. 23.
The score is going
Received.
back to 23.
Oh, I did the wrong one.
You are a knucklehead. Get that one back up. to
Mr.
30.
Heller, change the score. It's 23 for the teachers, and it's 30 for our students. You really need to pay attention.
You're also like
There we
Teachers
go.
to 23. Change the teachers to 23. Students at 30.
I received that, Mr. Zara, but I'm trying to keep Mr. Heller under control.
And he's brought down right around the 49-yard line.
Mr. Heller.
8th grade boys.
And the score has been fixed. Unfortunately, Mr. Heller is not paying attention to the points earned.
Oh my, I'll tell you what.
Oh, did you see
Fortunate.
Mr. Conley?
Nicely
Right
knocked
in there,
out of his
Mr.
hand.
Conley. I have to say that was well done.
And speaking of hands, Mr. Connolly is quite apt at operating the copying machine. Then, speaking of copying, there goes Mr. Gottlieb in on the play. Right at the 50-yard line. Looks like a loss. Looks like the teachers have stopped the students in their track. We're coming up to a
Do
minute
you
30
know what
left.
you're talking about, Mr. Heller? The students are winning. It's 30 to 23. Obviously, you're not a math teacher.
Math was never my strong suit. It doesn't need to be right now because there goes, yes, there's Mr. Almeida.
Look at that. Look at them go.
Oh, that's
Look at them
beautiful. He runs
go.
on in, once again, brought down
By Chris
Mr.
Patello.
Patello, and that's second play. Here comes the next string coming in. This portion of our show is brought to you by a lot of students out on the field. And here it is. It looks like the umpires, the referees are confused. Everybody seems
There he
confused.
goes. There he goes.
Oh, there it goes.
That
There he
is Ben Tribou.
Ben Tribou, Cochin picking up the first down. Once again, it's a scramble. It's a quick set. There it is. Pitch out. And it's all that bad. Yeah, then he's taking his gone right into the push to the out of bounds
Oh,
line.
and Mr. Busher
And
picks
carried
him
all
up
the way back
and
to the
runs
59-yard
away with
line.
him.
And here we go. We can't wait for this to continue on. Pretty soon they're going to put a shot. There it goes, a pitch out.
What
There
a
it
nice
goes, he's
job.
running, he's
What a
running, he's
nice
keeping it running.
job.
Oh. The quick return. There it is. Set. The seconds are going, but the ball is still in play. It's a Hail Mary. It's in the air and no good.
Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Let's take a moment to acknowledge the foreign language department at the Lawrence School.
Sí, pero está muy bueno.
Very good, Mr. Heller. Where is Dr. DePillo and Jen Heyman, Deborah Albert, Eddie Priest, Maria Dameo?
And here's my French.
Adrian Thorns.
Un tasse de café, s'il vous plaît.
I think you better go back to Mrs. Fornes' class, Mr. Heller. Hell dog.
Why? I know it already.
Not sure.
Un tasse de café. I lived by Quebec. I could speak French. I could speak Spanish. And on occasion, I can even speak some English. Speaking of speaking English,
Shall we reset the time, Mr. Heller?
set the time for the 8th grade boys. Here's a new person coming on the field. Leave the quarterback. Looking for Jared Lopes. I think he's going to be the quarterback tonight. Jared Lopes, I'd like to remind you that, well, heck, he's got as many pass completions as Pele. I'd like to remind everybody that this portion of our show is once again brought to you by Falmouth Eatery. When you're looking for something to eat, go to the Falmouth Eatery where you can get anything to eat.
And eat.
And eat.
And I just spied with my little eye, Mrs. Hogan is in the house.
She's coming in. I think she really wanted to sneak in on the men's team.
I think she could help them.
She's got some new knees, and man, do they rock.
Great new haircut,
look at it,
too.
look at it,
Oh,
he's
that's
down,
down,
oh,
down, down.
Oh, and he's taken down right about the 45-yard line.
Boy, that was a late whistle. What happens when you take the principal down?
Speaking of 45, how many years have you been here?
47 and a half. I look pretty good for 80, don't I?
You do.
It's called cryotherapy.
Here it is. It's called Mr. Gonzalez. Look at
And
Mr.
look at
Mr.
him
Jabril. Pass
go.
around. He's on his way.
Wow.
He's going for the touchdown. Goal!
Mr. Zara, I believe he stepped out of bounds. You might want to review that play. He stepped out.
He was clean. He was running like a gazelle. He takes the beat. Score it, baby. Chalk up the 6 points.
And there goes Mrs. Cruz. She tried to sneak out of here with a hat on.
Oh, I thought she was wearing the orange thing. Points there, sister.
Oh, we got a tied game going on.
You better make it points. This is where the points start to count. This is where the cheerleaders begin to rock. Watch out, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Almeida is out there. He's running. But they've been told, they said, Mr. Almeida. Oh, it looks like Mr. Almeida might have hurt himself on that play. I think Mr. Almeida is limping. He might require an elevator key tomorrow morning.
He may need to sit down.
He's limping. Mr. Almeida is limping right now. But he's back on the field. He's not giving up. He's like a Larry Bird. He's going back out injured. And Mr. Patello's out there because he never gets injured. Here he comes, continuing his pass completion record of absolutely nothing. Jared once again. Oh,
intercepted.
We are talking interception. There you go.
Mr. Tribune.
And it looks
So
as if
stud.
looks like Jared Lopes is hurt on the play. He's limping off the field. Nope, he's dancing back. He's doing better. Like to see aces and eights there on the field, waiting to go
Watch
in.
out, watch out, watch out. Mr.
He's still running.
Morency.
He's mowing over the pack.
And they take him down. I would think it's time for Miss Hennessy to suit up and get on out there.
Speaking of getting taken down, if your car's giving you a problem, take it on down to Pete's Mobile, right downtown Falmouth.
He's out of control.
That's how it's working.
He is.
All right, it's unbelievable.
We'd like to remind everybody that you're being recorded by FCTV tonight, so try not to do anything naughty. Now, back to the game. We are ready to go. We are looking at first and goal. There's the pitch out. Handoff. A little razzle dazzle. He's running all the way. And score! Goal!
Touchdown.
Goal!
It's a touchdown.
Oh, touched it. Touchdown!
Beautiful pass from Mr. O'Connor back there. Let's say we'll get to Mr. O'Connor.
Mr. O'Connor picks up the pass and tosses it perfectly. It's a perfect spiral.
He was my 8th grade history teacher back when I was at Lawrence.
Mr. O'Connor, excellent history teacher.
And the score is now
All
tied.
right, 7th graders had their fun. Let's make sure that we take this away now.
Yep.
37, 37, 37.
37.
Not happy, Mr. Bushy, not happy.
We're the one. This is where we're winning, ladies and gentlemen. This is where we're winning. This is where the money hits the road. And speaking of hitting the road, Join traveling wanderers, and you'll go to see the world.
It's time for the Lawrence School students to turn it up.
They've got the pass. There's aces and eights. Aces and eights is looking for his man. Heaves it. It's looking like it's in the air and almost intercepted.
Interception.
Almost intercepted.
Mr. Morency went down on that
Morency's
one.
picking up his pants.
He's angry.
He ripped them right off
He's
on
an
that
angry,
one.
angry man.
Turn your heads, ladies and gentlemen. You don't want to see this.
Cover your eyes.
Cover your eyes. Here we
Mr.
go.
Conley's out there. He's ready to go.
Mr. Connolly has had enough. Watch him go. Mr.
You gotta
Connolly's
run.
in on the play.
Oh,
and there
down.
it is.
He
Slide.
slid.
Brought down.
No, why? Uh-oh.
Just like to remind you that if you
Mrs.
happen to
Vieira?
have an ice pack handy, you're more than welcome to bring it over
Do
to
you
Miss
have an ice
Hennessy.
pack?
But it
Miss
is for-
Hennessy needs it.
It is first.
Rebecca needs it. Rebecca has an ice pad.
Right down on the sidelines.
Rebecca, she's
There
right
she
in front
is,
of me.
Mrs. Hennessy, see that?
Yeah, she's further down the field.
And of course, this ice pack better not be for a student. Only available for a teacher.
That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
They heal faster. Pitch out.
Get him,
There
get
he is.
him.
Get him. He's running. He's looking. Still pitch out. Picked up by Botello. Botello's running for it. He's running, ladies and gentlemen. And this is where they. Whoa! He's caught right before the goal line. We have first and goal. What a pass.
Sequence of events turning up to almost a staff touchdown again, and we'll give them the lead to about.
We're walking about.
44-30 would be our score. 18:32 left to play.
In this segment.
Right.
In this our fourth half of the game.
Our fourth of a fourth.
Our fourth half. Here we are. They're running out. We've got a change over.
If we can convert.
Looks like it's not out. Or is it the first team? Doesn't matter because they're out there now and they're ready to play.
We can have a
Been there-
fourth.
And this fourth half of our show is brought to you by Sports Imports.
Oh no, he's still going.
Broke the tackle, broke the tackle.
Broke the tackle by
Got
Mr.
away from
Connolly.
Mr. Connolly.
Mr. Connolly slams his hand to the ground. He's comforted by Mr. Gottlieb.
He is angry. He's an
And is
angry
suddenly
man.
Chastised by Milt.
But Mr. Gonzalez will go over and pick him up off the ground.
Mark it at the 50.
There he is. He's got his yellow sleeves on. He's ready. By the way, that is the yellow jersey from the Tour de France that Mr.
Oh.
Connolly was involved in. Oh, almost. A good pass.
This field is awfully slippery. I can see
It
it.
is.
We're slipping and sliding around out there, boys. Let's go.
As we were saying, the Canada geese visit here often.
Which may result on some foul play.
There he is. And there
And
goes
he's
T.
throwing.
Money. He's running.
And
he's
he's
running.
going.
He's pulled down finally around the 32-yard
Mr. Trabou
line.
was ready to take him out. He was just waiting. He was lying in wait.
Yes, he had
44-30.
44-30 it
Oh.
is, baby. And it's passed and no good. Students are trying to get in there.
Notice Mr. Bush is counting on a touchdown. He already has a prediction, just like Joe Namath back in Super Bowl III.
Just like I remember Johnny Unitas, Johnny U, making the hits. Here we are. There it is. It looks like Mr. Almeida is getting winded out there. He's
Watch
trying
out.
to put on a big show, but he's
Watch out.
he captures him right at the 40. Lost 10.
Right about the 42-yard line for the students. 15:56 left to play.
Mr. Almeida is debating. Now he's starting to take a swing at him. He's saying, go ahead. Go ahead, Milt. Try to make this pass. And it's almost
Nice.
a pass it.
Almost. Almost.
Almost taken down.
Put me out there, Coach.
Almost a sack. Put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play.
I'm ready to play
Center field.
today.
Look at this. Here it goes. They're ready. The ball's back there at the 30.
Long pass, waiting.
Oh, he's ready. He's got plenty of time.
Oh, Joe's up there. No. Gets brought down. Nice sweet potato.
Give him a gain of about 4.
Don't call me that.
Gain of about 4. Okay, then I won't rub your nose either. Yeah, just give you a little scratch in the nose there. Does that make you like me? Especially if you start licking my finger. There you go. Thanks.
Ah,
Oh, he down
Hey!
and
Almost a good pass.
incomplete.
Speaking of incomplete, I just feel like I've had an incomplete night if I haven't had an Artie's. I'll tell you what, I'll just have to stop by at Cubby's. Get myself a coffee made just for me.
Oh, look at that.
Look at his
Look
play.
at that pass
He's
play.
running, he's going, don't slow down yet, he's going in. He runs out of gas, I'll tell you.
Good job by the defense on that. Even though the little pump fake,
Well, yeah,
we're
Mr.
good at.
Morency's getting kind of up there in years, so he starts to slow down once you go past the 20-yard line.
He's starting to get tired.
He is. He's winning.
And he's getting married.
That's going to make him even tireder.
Larry Zonka might be coming back out in the field, just plowing his way right through the defenders.
Mr.
And that
Almeida,
Larry Zonka is in the name of Chris Patello.
Mr.
Look at him
Botello,
go.
and we got him.
Oh, boy,
He's
but
down.
the fans are looking him up that time.
Could not get by the defense on that play.
I think was it Mr. Almeida in on that one? Or did he just get injured?
Again.
He is going to need an elevator key.
O'Connor.
There it is. It's past to Mr. O'Connor.
Mr. Connolly!
Mr. O'Connolly makes it. There he goes. Mr. Connolly running
Good
on up.
run by Mr. Conley.
Driving through the defense. Elbowing. Did I tell you his yellow shirt was from the
Way to
Tour de
run, Dave
France?
Casper. Way to run.
Dave Casper it is. Now, we've got about 13:04 left. It's 44-13. Looks like there it is. It's another pass. And all of a sudden the men's got, almost
Incomplete.
intersected.
Almost intercepted.
Incomplete, but still brought back. And there's Gracie. There's Nevaeh. Hi, Nevaeh. Everybody say hello to Nevaeh.
Hello,
Hi,
Nevaeh.
I tell you one thing.
She
O'Connor-
played a heck of a game. You can tell by the blood leaking out of her nose. She was having a good time out there.
Tis just a flesh wound.
Yes, she did split a flesh wound. She does have to go and get that leg checked out. But don't pay no attention to that bone sticking out. And there they are. There the eighth grade girls. There they are. Everybody wave.
They're
Do the
cheerleaders.
wave.
Do the wave.
Do the wave.
Girls,
Hey.
there we go.
That's what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen.
That's school spirit for you.
The
Watch it
stands are still
ripple through
full.
those stands.
And there seems to be a play called. Yes, it is against the 8th grade boys. It seems that kicking the quarterback is not allowed. And
Way to wrap him up behind the
but
line.
of course ripping his flag off and then dancing around saying nah 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 nah, especially when you're the principal, is
Unsportsmanlike
perfectly all right.
behavior.
Dan Hampton.
No,
and
that was the
Refrigerator
students.
Perry seemed to come out of that play. 85 Bears, of course. Sadly beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
I think the fridge came back out right on that one, baby.
There you go.
And there's Mr. Bushy, and he makes the pass complete. However,
Taken
not
down
running.
right away.
So they got the whole squad out there now. It's a sea of Lawrence, if you want to call it.
The Sea of Lawrence. I like that.
This fifth half of our show is brought to you by wings and things. DJ's Wings. Go on down there. Grab some wings. Have a nice time right after the game. And if you don't have time, go to Cumbies. Get a quick slice to go. Here it is. The football. It's a quick one. It's right in it. Mr. Bushy. Is it on the play? Is it a touchdown?
It is not. Denied.
Denied, but they
Review
still.
that play. Denied.
First and goal.
No bueno.
They're gonna mow over the bow on this one. I smell another TD coming. It's up in the air and oh!
It's missed by Mr. Tribou.
Missed by Mr. Tribou. You know, if they had been out there, he would have caught it.
Agreed.
It's too short.
Hey!
It's too short.
Can't wait.
And he's leaving
wait.
the house now. Ben Tribou.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ben Tribou has left the building. Good night. And can't wait for Matty to get up here, too. He's going to be playing soon as well.
Nice
There it is, and it's touchdown!
Wow, Mr. Busher was waiting for that one.
Add 'em on, Alpha. Ow! Teachers, go teachers, go teachers. Now, woo!
I hope you're not leaving. Good night, Mrs. Marshall.
And there's Mrs. Marshall. She's come right on in. She's ready to assist.
And we say good night.
She's ready to assist Mr. Gonzalez.
Quarterback under pressure. He fires. Nice.
Fires, nice pass. Nice block right back there by number 32.
You set it down for the boys. The time is just under 9 minutes, and hoping they can lead some sort of miraculous comeback, just like the miracle at Miami.
They can do it.
They've been known to do it before.
Hey, look, if Brady can do it, come
Rest
on.
yourselves.
These 8th graders are creative. Matter of fact, you see that? Feigned him out of position. Made him think he fell down.
That's
This is really something now.
Oh, Mr. Busher's out there directing his teammates.
Just like you to know that if your name happens to be Ernie, the night is young. Go on out to DJ's. Have a great day. Or if it happens to be Eric and your teacher calls you Ernie, go out to DJ's anyway.
I think I just saw Melissa Larry in the house.
Holy cow. I think I just see some students running
There
around.
she is, and she comes back
There.
to say hello. That's the spirit, Melissa Larry.
Jared Lopes way back in the shotgun formation.
Way
That's a
back,
nice
but
ball.
he's coming back in. Jared Lopes looking to hope to make a completion. Nope, he's not going to do it this time.
Nice run and nice downage by Mr. Gonzalez.
Whoa, with one
Who?
intercept, Mr. Gonzalez right there in the play. You know,
Mr.
And-
Gonzalez is an enigma. He is a football player. He's
Wrapped
a
in a
scholar.
Oh, a
And
beautiful
then
run
there's-
on the field, but
and another interception played by
Intercepted.
Mr. Lopes.
running.
Looks like Jared Lopes has now surpassed Pele in his pass completion and has gone backwards.
Jim Kick was waiting for that one, and Jared Lopes.
Woo!
Oh.
Let's make it
Don't
right,
worry, Jared,
boys.
it's
Let's
always
make
next
it
year.
right.
That's all right. I'm his teacher. And there's Jared out there once again. He's not gonna.
Oh,
forgive them
Mr.
for this
Morency's
one.
got plenty of time.
Mr. Morency across field, almost.
Almost.
Right in there. Almost play. Looks like he hurt his hand.
6:38 to go.
I bet he'll be asking for an elevator key too.
You don't need your hands to walk.
That's all right. Brian can get away with it. He'll think of something else. I'd like to tell you,
Speaks
did I tell
to
you
his
these eighth
innovation.
graders are creative. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
We're still looking at packed stands here tonight, folks. People are not yet ready to give up. Because things are happening here with the 8th grade boys and the teachers.
Patello with a 2-yard pickup on the play, second down.
Patello looks like he's getting gassed.
That Patello is a scrapper.
But he's getting gassed. He's been in too many plays. Look at him. He's out there. If they put him in another play, they're going to need to give him a walker.
Oh,
Almost there.
Mr. Conley's right there to receive.
Mr. Connolly's right there, trying to be good with everybody. We'd just like to remind you that this 6th half of our show is brought to you by art teachers. Art, that's the first
for your
language.
creative side.
Just keep that. Yes, it's for the creative side. Art teachers, helping us discover our first language.
There he
And
goes.
then, speaking of first languages, I think I heard something from the field. There's the long pass. And almost
It
knocked
is,
down
wow,
by hands.
almost
Aces and eights.
intercepted. Did you see him getting right in front of that, Mr. Bushy? Well
He
played
gets right in front of
defensive.
everything. He's right in front of my classroom. And we're still looking right here. Everybody's using their phones to make sure they can call for an Uber.
The crowd is thinning out.
We're still looking at about 28,000 people here tonight. What a crowd, ladies and
We
gentlemen.
got
What a
4:48
crowd.
on the clock here.
Brady with the pitch.
4:48 left. They've got a pitch back. He's running through.
Look
There he's
out.
running on
Ball's
through. Mills
on the
going
way.
through. Go, 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 go. Dig, 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 dig. He's
And
pulled down
Mr.
somewhere around the 40 yards.
Gonzalez took him down.
Not a bad run, indeed.
Once again, Mr. Gonzalez convinced him to stop doing what he was doing. And then tricked him into removing his flag. That's what I call stealth.
Whoa!
In the off-season,
Strip.
Mr. Gonzalez teaches hand-to-hand combat to our military forces.
I think you've got that wrong. I think it's telepathic combat. He uses the mind.
Oh, yes, that's what I mean. He's kind of like a Jedi Knight.
Fake pass.
Oh!
Oh,
And
nice.
it's picked up by hands.
Bob Busher, able
Bob
to run
Busher is
down.
right
Picked
there.
up by hands, Ace's hands. That's the man right there. He's doing a fancy little dance. He's got to get his flag back. Mr. Busher was making fun of him, dancing around.
He didn't really mean to get into a tangent at any time.
It's my baby.
Oh, she's here.
Ready to go. Nice pass down the field. It's caught.
It's caught and
Ooh, touchdown!
Let's put 7
Load
up
him.
on the board.
We are
Pack
not
up
down.
7 on the board. Remember, it's the guest. It's the guest. Not the home team, the teachers who we want to win. The guests.
Speak for yourself, Helldog. The alpha wolf who runs this show wants the students to win.
Oh.
And the
boy.
teachers will pay dearly tomorrow.
Does that mean I'm in the doghouse?
It's exactly where you belong.
Oh, whoa.
And there it is.
Look
It's
at
out.
that
It's going
bomb.
for it. Almost.
Incomplete.
To tell you the truth, I don't know why that wasn't caught. That was right there.
O'Connor has the hands of bricks in that play. Hopefully his quarterback
These guys-
skills will go to show.
These guys are going. Look at this. Look at them on the field. Jared suiting up again. We thought he was injured. He was off the field for a bit, but he's been patched back up. They told him not to worry about the bone sticking out of his leg. He'll be just fine. So he's back out on the field.
If you have a broken leg, just take an ice pack. That's all.
Heck, and
Does anyone have an ice pack?
Oh, a little bit of confusion out there with
Ooh.
Patello and the players.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if a foul's called on
It
him.
looks like Mr. Bushy and Mr. Patello ran into each other. Someone misread that.
I think it was a sine
Maybe
and a
it's the
cosine
reading
approaching
piece.
each other.
Both of them are going to need an elevator key
It
tomorrow.
was a sine and a cosine approaching infinity. And
Oh, and he
speaking of
drops
infinity,
it.
there's a drop out there by O'Connor. I'm telling you, I think these teachers are getting gassed. They've been out there in the field for quite a time. They've only got 1:15 left.
In about 20 years, Medicare will be calling.
I think in another 2 years, Medicare is going to call them. And
I
it's
think
down to
that's
the
for
big-
you,
wait a
Hell Dog.
minute.
Oh, beautiful pass indeed. Very nice spiral, but no man down the field. Traboo, where are you? Oh, you're right there, actually. Never mind.
And this last portion of our show is brought to you by Buy Right Insurance. Just buy right in the first place,
For all of your insurance needs.
including if you happen to be out there playing on the field. Buy right insurance
Injury.
can help you for injuries.
A nice pass right at the
We'll
middle.
provide you with an ice pack.
Look at him go.
He didn't have his back on.
He's pulled down.
28
We've got 28
seconds
left
left.
to go.
Come on, Brady, where are you? We need
By
to
the
let it come
way,
back.
Uber has called and told you, please do not make any more phone calls requesting cars. We are all lined up out on the streets.
Oh,
Call your
Another
limousine
almost
company.
interception. We've got a couple of Hail Marys going.
what about
Seems
it?
the teachers are going to run down the clock on this one.
Yeah, I think
Seems like
3 seconds left.
Seems like Mr. Almeida is going to need a walker to get off the field. He seems a bit low. Seems a bit gassed. Morency's
Try to
running.
run with it.
It's a stiff
He'll
arm,
run the play
and he's
out,
got it. And
he
oh
is
no!
finally taken down.
Take it down, and there goes the game. The game is over with, ladies and gentlemen. There goes a wave across the stands. A howling.
Hold your heads up, students. You put up a great fight.
Don't
What a
worry.
game, ladies and gentlemen. What a game.
Don't worry, we lost by a lot when I was playing too. Don't have any hard
I'd like to
feelings.
personally thank Nolan Murphy for coming on out and blessing us. He did forfeit a different game
What a great
tonight
job.
with the AAA Paw Sox.
That's right. Be sure to thank the
We'd like to-
referees.
We'd
too.
like to say thank you to all of our cheerleaders. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Thank you to FCTV for tolerating our nonsense. And thank you for being, well, you.
Thank you for being you.
And the dog would like to say something. Juno, say something. And kissies to you too. And we'd like to know that
Good night.
we are off the air right as soon as somebody
Who's the little
unplugs
girl
me.
right there?
We'll see you next time on the next
Ooh,
Call
there
her
it is.
out. Call her out.
Helmet football.
Look at her. She is awesome.
That's Allie Ladd, ladies and gentlemen. Allie Ladd, she's hiding behind there. There he is, Jack Frost, right there, sitting there dancing around. And if you happen to be getting cold, remember, it's probably a good time to put on your jacket. Have a safe ride home. Remember, there are several exits to the parking lot. Please choose all 16.
Be well. Be well, folks. Say
Sir.
good night.
Thank you for joining us for a Fountain Football. We'll see you on the next edition.
Ow!